I'm Constance. Like most of you, high school sucked for me. I just moved from Tennessee and everyone had known each other since kindergarten. So naturally, no one wanted to be friends with an outsider. I went from group to group trying to find where I clicked. I could never really make friends, possibly due to my maturity level or the fact that I worked while everyone talked. Either way, I decided to graduate early. My principal tried to tell me that he thought he knew what was best for me, but I knew what was right for me. I knew graduating early would impact me greatly. 3 things I had to work through before graduating. I had to consider how graduating early would impact me. I had to learn to channel out the negative thoughts that my principal had put in my head. I had to realize how graduating early was actually an accomplishment. To begin with, I had to consider if my decision was best. Leaving high school meant moving on. No more being an outsider. I was more likely to find people who I related to in college, being that there were more people. Graduating early meant I could choose how my brain worked, what I learned, how I learned, and when I learned. It never once crossed my mind that I couldn't succeed without that 4th year in high school. Now that I told you the reasons behind my decision, let me tell you how I learned to not let anyone make me feel like I was inferior. I had to learn to channel out the thoughts of my principal, making me feel like I couldn't accomplish anything, regardless of whether he realized it or not. He made me feel inferior for doing something good. His ploy was to get me to take college classes while in high school, but I had already decided that wasn't what I wanted. He called me and my grandmother to a meeting. In this meeting, he attempted to crush my dreams like flawed papers. He told me I would not succeed in college because I couldn't afford it, I wasn't smart enough, or prepared enough. He would not let me participate in senior activities because he said I forfeited the right by not staying an additional year. I learned to channel out the negative thoughts by thinking back to what my mom always told me. Constance, you're smart. You can do anything, as long as you try. He was a regular person. How could his opinion possibly matter to me? He became as menial to me as I was to him. I told you how I overcame the inferiority placed in my head by someone else. Now let me tell you how I realized what I was doing was important to my success. I had to realize that my confidence in myself was the only way to succeed, to know what I was doing was in fact an accomplishment. When kids skip a grade, it's seen as a good thing. They are smart and successful. Why was I not successful? If anything, it should have been more impressive. I wanted a head start in my career. What's the shame in that? When I realized I didn't care what people thought, I gained confidence. This confidence made me realize I did have something to be proud of. As long as I kept the confidence, nothing could stand in my way. In conclusion, I came to my decision easily. I knew what I wanted. I wanted a new atmosphere, to make new friends, to learn on my own terms. The hardest part was channeling out the thoughts of my principal, a mentor who was supposed to give me good advice, not hurtful. I knew that me graduating early would impact me in a good way, even when not everyone was convinced. My dreams will come true one day. You'll see, Mr. Principal. You will see. Okay.
And final Pam.